uh, Fruits which we have discussed yesterday. So now not I'm going to talk about this. And the seed, which is very important, and I told today we will talk about this seed. Before this, I'm going to start. Before this, you have to know one very important point. After fertilization, after fertilization, you see, after fertilization, ovules, ovules always form seed. Ovule forms seed, and ovary wall forms fruit. Ovary wall forms fruit. This is a very important point. After fertilization, this ovules forms the seed while ovary wall forms the fruit. This is the basic one. Fruit we have discussed yesterday in detail, that means simple aggregate composite and parthenocarpic, apomictic and climactic. In this video lecture, we will discuss here about the seed. Okay. And the seed here they have given after fertilization develops into the seed. Ovules after fertilization develop. Seed is made up of the three things. Seed is made up of the three things. They have the given one very important thing, that is the seed coat. They have given, you can say this will be the seed coat, and this seed coat generally formed from the two different layers. If you have to see the structure of embryo sac they have the two different types. One will be the outer, that is outer integument and inner integument. You will check the embryo sac. Embryo sac they have the outer integument. So seed coat outer, which is known as the testa. Outer testa, and inner it will be the tegument. Outer testa and inner tegument. Okay, outer testa and inner tegument. So this outer testa it is derived from the outer integument. Outer integument, and while this inner seed coat is derived from the, it is known as the tegument, and it is derived from the inner integument. Inner integument. Okay, so this is the seed coat. So look at here what it have given. Seed is made up of the seed coat and embryo. The embryo is made up of the radicle and embryonal axis. So if you'll check the embryo, so now look the structure. This is the similar to this, and they are going to form like that. Okay. This is the cotyledon. So they have the two different types of the cotyledons. Here they have given is embryo is made up of the radicle. So here this is the structure which is known as the radicle and embryonal axis. This is known as the embryonal axis. This is known as the embryonal axis. Okay, and one more also, that is the cotyledon. So this is structure which is known as the cotyledons. So now I'm writing here cotyledons. This is the dicot structure. This is the dicot embryo. So two cotyledons here. So the embryo is made up of the radicle. This is the structure radicle, and this structure is known as the embryonal axis. Embryonal axis, and this is the radicle, and here cotyledons. Okay, and this cotyledons may be in monocot, will be the single like wheat, maize, as wheat, maize, and two cotyledons which is found in the gram and wheat. So this is the structure about the seed. So seed they are made up of the two things. First one is the embryo, and another is the seed coat. Seed coat outer is made up of the testa, inner made up of the tegument. Outer which is derived from the outer derived from the outer integument, and inner derived from the inner integuments, which is the part of embryo sac. Okay, now let's come on the types of seeds. So I told the types of seed, there is the two different types of seed. First is the monocot and second is the dicot. So first is the dicot and monocot. Now monocot seed, dicot seed. Look at here, dicotyledonous. The outermost covering of seed is called the seed coat. The seed coat has the two layers, outer testa and inner tegment. We have discussed this. Another one very important, that is saying talking about the hilum. Okay, hilum is a scar. It is a scar, or scar means spot. Scar means spot. It is a spot-like structure which is found into the seed. Okay, and this is the site where the seed, attachment of seed with the fruit, attachment of seed with the fruit, with the fruit. So this is called the hilum. Okay. So hilum, it is a scar which is found into the seed, and the seed gets attached with the fruit. This is called the hilum. Now you can read this sentence and clear your concept. The hilum is a scar on the seed coat. It is found on the seed coat, which the developing seeds were attached to the fruits. And above the hilum, they have also given one important point, which is known as the micropyle. Micropyle. Okay. This micropyle found above the hilum. Above the hilum. Okay. So the location of micropyle is the above the hilum, and it is a small pore. Above the hilum, it is a small pore by which water and oxygen enters and seed involves, means by which water and oxygen enters, seed is going to germinate. With the help of this water and oxygen, it can be germinate easily. Okay. Above the hilum is a small pore called micropyle. Okay. Another one important thing you can see they have given here. Okay. Now, within the seed, what is saying? Within the seed, they have the coat. Seed within the seed coat of the embryo, consisting of an what they have consisting of an embryonal axis and two cotyledons, which we have discussed already. The cotyledons are often fleshy and full of reserve food material. If you see in case of the dicot, if you look into the dicot, their cotyledons is full of reserve material. Is full of reserve material. Reserve material. Okay. So here, in case of the dicot, the seed is filled with the seed is filled with the nutritious substances or reserve food material. And this type of the seed is also known as the non-endospermic. Dicot seed, always known as the non-endospermic. This is the very, very important points. I'm going to write, just look at it. It is the very important point. What I'm writing. Dicot seed is non-endospermic. Non-endospermic. What means of non-endospermic? During the seed germination, it's completely utilized this reserve food material, which is found into the cotyledon. So, in case of the dicots, this is the non-endospermic. This non-endospermics, they have also given another term, which is known as the X albuminous. X albuminous seed. Okay, X albuminous seed. So in this way, you can say dicot seed is always X-albuminous or non-endospermous. Why? Because during the germination of this seed, they completely consume the reserve food material which is found into the cotyledon. Okay, this is the basic important points. Now look at it. Full of reserve material at the two ends of the embryonal axis present an radicle and plumule, which we have discussed already. In some seeds, such as the castor, exception is here. In castor is the exception. Castor is the dicot seed. Castor is the dicot seed, but it is the endospermous. This is the very, very important. Castor is the dicot seed, but it is the endospermous. What I told to you, I told with you, all dicot seed, these are the non-endospermic, but castor, here is the exception, and it is the castor. So castor is the castor is the endospermic because they have the reserve food material. This is the exception for the dicot seed. Now, look at it again. In some seeds, such as castor, the endosperm is formed as a result of the double fertilization. That means this is the angiospermic characters. After double fertilization, there is the formation of endosperm takes place, and endosperm is always triploid. While if you look into the gymnosperm, in case of the gymnosperm, the endosperm is always haploid. Is always haploid. Why? Because the endosperms formed before fertilization. Sperms formed before fertilization. Before fertilization. Clear? This endosperms form before fertilization. So in this way, you can say, in case of the gymnosperm, the endosperm is always haploid, but in the angiosperms, it will be the triploid. Because in gymnosperm, it is going to form before fertilization, and angiosperm after the fertilization. Okay, so this is the very important concept. I think you understand. Now, uh, next is the okay. Uh, this is a food storing tissue and I called the endospermic cells that I told earlier. In plants such as bean, gram, and pea, this is the dicot plants, bean, gram, and pea. The endosperm is not present in the mature seeds, that is non-endospermic or ex-albuminous. Why? And such seeds are called a non-endospermous, or you can use another term, that is the ex-albuminous. Ex-albuminous seed. Ex-albuminous seed. Clear? So you can use also term another, that is ex-albuminous or non-endospermous seed. So this is the overall story about the dicot seed. Now you can see the structure of dicot seed here. They have. This is the hilum. Hilum, I told already, it is the scar. Hilum is the scar by which the seed it is found on the it is the scar which is found on the seed coat, and by which the fruits, means the seeds, get attached with the fruit. So hilum is the scar present on the seed coat by which seed gets attached with the fruit. This is the hilum. Above the hilum, they have one small pore which is known as the micropyle. Above the hilum, they have the another small pore which is known as the micropyle. Okay, and these micropiles involves in the absorption of water as well as oxygen, by which seed they can easily germinate. And this is the seed coat which we have discussed in detail. Okay. And there is the two cotyledon structure, and this is the embryonal axis. Two in lower ends means basal ends, they have the bottom ends radical, and upper ends or top ends plumar. So this is the structure of dicot seed. Now, very interesting structure about the monocot seed, and it is the very important. Number of times they have asked the question from this in your NEET exam. Now, structure of the monocotyledonous seed. Before I'm going to talk, you have to learn some important property similar to the dicot seed. Monocot, it is the albuminous seed. Albuminous seed. Albuminous seed or non-endo, sorry, not non, it should be endo. It should be endospermic seed. Okay, should be endospermic seed. Okay. Endospermic, albuminous or endospermic seed. Endospermic seed. Why? I told already, because during the germination of seed, it will not completely consume this reserve food material which is found into the cotyledons. Okay, and this is also called the albuminous seeds or endospermic seed. Exception is here similar to the castor. Here another exception, orchids. Orchids, which is the exception, and this is the exception. This is the monocot seed, but it is the X-albuminous. X-albuminous. Clear? This is the monocot, but it is the X-albuminous seed. Okay, X-albuminous seed. Clear? Orchids is the X-albuminous seeds. Why? Because during the germination of these seeds, they completely consume the reserve food material which is found in the cotton. Another property of orchids, it is the smallest seeds. Smallest seed. Orchids is the smallest seeds. Smallest seeds. Okay. Another, if we are talking about the smallest, so you have to know also about the largest seed. Largest seeds in the world, that is called the double coconut. Double coconut. Double coconut. Another name of double coconut, which is also known as the Lodosia. Lodoicea. Lodosia. Okay. CEA. Lodosia, that is double coconut, and weight may be up to 30 kg. This is the very biggest seed into the world. Lodosia double coconut, which is the largest seed, and the smallest, that is the orchids. And orchids is the exception of the monocot seed, means albuminous or endospermic seed. So it is the ex-albuminous or non-endospermic. Okay. So now look. Monocotyledonous seed are endospermous, but some, as in orchids, are non-endospermic. We have discussed. In the seed, cereals such as maize seed coats the membrane and generally fused with the fruit wall. If you look at the membrane, so this membrane is going to attach with the fruit wall, and the endosperm is the bulky and stored food. Here endosperm, then now look at here, this is the structure. The endosperm become very bulky and stores the food material. Okay. The outer covering of endosperm separates the embryo by a proteinaceous layer called Luron layer. Luron layer, which is very important. And this layer, it is the outer covering of endosperm. Now this, you can say, this is the endosperm. The outer covering, this is made up of the Luron layer. And this Luron layer, this is the PYQS. This Luron layer, it is the made up of the proteinaceous substance. It is made up of the proteinaceous substance. Okay. So here they go. The outer covering of endosperm separates the embryo by a proteinaceous layer called endosperm. The embryo is small and situated groove at the one end of endosperm. This is the very important point. What we are seeing in case of the monocot seed, the embryo should be very small. You will see the structure of embryo. It will be the very small. Okay. So here they go. The embryo not very small, only small. They have not too much. So the embryo is small and situated in the groove at one end of the endosperm. So now you can see this is the structure of embryo. This is the structure of embryo, and here the endosperm. So now you can say maximum portion occupied by the endosperm. Okay. Now, small situated in groove. It is consist of a one large and shield-shaped cotyledons known as the scutellum. Very, very important. This embryo, they consist one large shield shaped. Okay, they have the one large shield shaped cotyledon, shield shaped shield shaped cotyledons, and this structure is known as the scutellum. Okay, this is the PYQS, already asked the previous year questions. In cotyledons, so in monocots, consist of one large shield shaped cotyledons known as the scutellum, and a short axis with the plumule and radicle. Here they have also the plumule and radicle, but the axis should be short, like not in dicots. They have the radical basal parts, and plumule is the upper parts. This is the very short. Okay, and this structure is also surrounded by the if if plumule is there, plumule covered by a protective sheath, which is known as the coleoptile. A radical, they also covered with the protective sheath, which is known as the coelorhiza. This is the structure which is known as the coelorhiza. Okay, so coleoptile and coelorhiza respectively. So now this is the story about seeds, monocot as well as dicot seeds. So now we will see one by one. Just a figure. This figure also very important. Not too much important, but little bit. Now here this is the embryo and endosperm. So maximum portion occupied by the in monocot, that is the endosperm. And I told one property you have to learn. Endosperms, it will not completely consume during the germination or embryonic development. But in case of the dicots, it is completely consumed. Exception in dicots, castor, and exception in monocot, that is the orchids, which is the smallest seed in the world. Largest I told Lodosia, that is also known as the double coconut. The weight the weight of these plants up to the 30 kg. Clear? And here now you can see this is the structure of monocotyledonous. This is the maize, and the aileron layer which covers the endosperm. Clear? So this is the overall story about the seed. So thank you, and everyone should share, subscribe. If you are interested, if you are understanding, so definitely you have to do. Otherwise, it's as your wish. Thank you.